Thank you, Suyin, for that. What I'm going to share with you, I'd just like to say is, sometimes we have things that happen in life and we don't realize it, but it stays with us. And you don't get a chance to share. So here is my tale.
Sorry, Anamika, before you start, did you switch it on?
It's on. It is, it's on. Yeah. Okay. Well, when I was 8 years old, I was staying in Kenya. I lived there with my parents. And Kenya was so green and lush. And I'm not sure if you heard, but Africa is known for its wildlife. And we would go out every weekend for a picnic. I don't remember even one weekend where we spent in a day at home. We used to just drive sometimes, find a new spot, make it a picnic spot, spend time with the family, and enjoy. And life seemed perfect at that time. At 8, what else do you want? Go, enjoy, eat, play with friends. But in 1982, coup came to Nairobi. This was when the Air Force decided they wanted to take over the government. And we all were asked to stay at home, safe. We were scared to go out. We were scared to even switch on the light because they might spot us. They might think, they would know that there's someone in this house and come with guns or bomb it up. When flights were going over the building, we all sat in silence, scared. And then one night, I heard whispers from my parents' room. I couldn't make out what it was, but it didn't feel nice. And in the morning, I found out that my mom and me were going to Tanzania, to the neighboring country. Because the company where my father worked, they decided to send the family, the children, and the wives to a safer country. Now, I would think that, yes, that's the right choice. They should. But I couldn't understand why. Why is it just my mom and me? Why not my dad? If one combi, that's a minibus, could go across, so could two. And I remember always being together. My dad was always with me wherever I went. In fact, I remember once on a weekend, my dad stayed the whole time with me, spent the whole time with me, not with his friends. And why is it that on this important day, I had to leave him behind? I didn't understand. But as a good child, a disciplined child, you can say, I followed and I obeyed, with quietly letting those tears fall. I remember that Kombi ride. We all sat, all the families, all filled with children. You would imagine that's a very noisy minibus. But no, it was a very quiet bus. Not everyone wanted to be there, but they had to. When we went to Tanzania, we went to the guest house. They dropped us there. And the ladies that were there, they came over with food to welcome us to that guest house. We were not hungry. But we could not be rude. They were being so nice. So we all ate a bit. Later, when they went off, the mothers, they moved around and just automatically took up one room each. Each family had a room. In the kitchen, there were vegetables filled. There was water for us. And everyone just started taking responsibility. No one told them, you're doing this, you're doing that. But it just kind of flowed like a rhythm. And the children went off to explore. Me, being the eldest, took it upon me to take care of the children and babysit them. And believe me or not, I took them in a corner and I would tell them stories. We didn't have toys to play because no one planned for this. No one brought anything to play with. But we used whatever we had. We'd play Antakshri, which is a game where you sing songs and play finger games like Mabel did just now. And we tried to kill time. We even tried to enjoy the place. On a normal day, I would be so happy to go to a new country. But that didn't happen this time. But we tried. We went to the shops. It was just one lane, a dusty lane with shops. We tried to go there and shop. No one was in the mood. We went to a waterfall, I remember. We tried to enjoy. But all this time, every time, at the back of my mind, I just waited for a blue phone. You know the ones that go around? That one to ring. Because that call was from my dad every day, telling me he was okay. And then after 2 weeks, it was finally time to go back. We got the call to go back. We were so excited. And when we were coming back, the combi was very different for the first time. Everyone was happy. We were talking about maybe coming back at a happier occasion. And all the children were happy of spending the time together. And one by one, when we reached Nairobi, everyone walked off home. And I waited to reach my home. And when I came home, I ran and I hugged my dad. And the first thing that came out of my mouth was, I never want to go to Tanzania. Because that memory was so not nice. And that's why, until now, I was not able to share it. But it was with me. And I wrote it down in a book called Cannot Forget. And writing it down helped me share the story. In fact, my husband, he didn't even know I went through that. We have spent 25 years together and he didn't know I had such an experience until I wrote it down. And I shared it with him. So thank you for listening to that.